Thank you, Speaker. I'm happy to support Bill 33 and ensure that debate continues, that we have further discussion and opportunities for amendments. I frankly think that there are opportunities for improving Bill 33. But I also know that what we have in Ontario right now isn't working. I want to sort of start at the beginning. So we all deal with constituents, and the calls I get begin when there is a change in the health status. So first, people, family members, loved ones are looking for help at home. They have to fight for that. The famous CCACs, we all know the stories, we all have the waiting lists, we all make the calls over and over and over again to get the hours of service to the home. And I can give you a very specific example. Two elderly people in my community, the woman was attempting to look after her husband post-cancer surgery, and she got injured because she was trying to help her husband, because she wasn't getting the home care she needed. So now, instead of dealing with one recovering elderly patient from cancer surgery, we actually have two people. And now, of course, now we're looking at long-term care. Well, my local Central West LHIN, in 1 year, an increase of 30%. There are almost 800 people who today are looking for long-term care in one LHIN, in one part of Ontario. And that story can be shared and duplicated and told over and over again, no matter what LHIN you represent. So then they fight and fight and fight, and they try to find a long-term care space for their loved one. And eventually, miraculously, they find one. So again, for my own community, I have an elderly 80-plus-year-old man who is driving over an hour to visit his spouse, because that was the closest long-term care facility that he could find. He could keep saying no, but he couldn't continue to care for his spouse. So, you know, the stories go on, and when someone finally gets that bed in a long-term care home, they think, okay, now life is going to get easier. Now we can focus on having the quality of life. No, Speaker. You know what happens then? Then there is encouragement for the family members to come during mealtime or at evening. Why? Because they need help. They need help to eat. They need help to prepare for bed. They need help to begin their day. So instead of actually bonding and having a social relationship, they become the de facto caregiver again in the long-term care facility. We are not doing this right. We can do better. No, I don't want to repeat what has been happening, but we know the stats. We know what's happening in other jurisdictions. We know that Ontario is the lowest. So let's actually start talking about the entire system. Absolutely. I'm happy to support Bill 33. But I think we all can acknowledge it is one part of a very large continuum that really, really needs some serious studying and some serious improvements for no other reason than our loved ones deserve it. We shouldn't have to be fighting every stage of a system to get support and help for our loved ones. I believe that is what Bill 33 is attempting to do. I appreciate that you are doing it in the best of intentions. As I say, it is one part of a continuum, so let's make sure that we allow 33 to continue. We have that debate at committee, but please don't stop there. Thank you, Speaker.